Good morning, dear students. In today's class, we are going to see about cylindrical fiber. So the content we are going to learn is normalized frequency, single mode fiber, mode field diameter and spot size. Now let us see what is cylindrical fiber. The ray model of light treats light as a beam of rays and successfully explains a few basic phenomena related to the propagation of light inside a dielectric waveguide such as an optical fiber. But these explanations are more of qualitative nature and perhaps are not as conclusive. To get a better insight into the fiber aspects, a propagation of light inside an optical fiber, and also to be understand them qualitatively as well as quantitatively, we have to refer to more advanced model of light, which is known as wave model. Wave model of light treats light as a transverse electromagnetic wave. Then the propagation of light inside an optical fiber is explained in terms of propagation of electromagnetic wave inside a bound medium like optical fiber, which is called as cylindrical dielectric. The purpose of using this model is used to find out the relation between wavelength of light and its phase constant, so that we can then investigate the velocity of different modes inside the optical fiber. But prior to this analysis, let us first adopt a particularly suitable coordinate system to make the analysis simpler. Since the optical fiber is a form of cylindrical dielectric waveguide, it would be very wise to choose the cylindrical coordinate system for the analysis. For more simplicity of analysis, the cladding is assumed to be infinitely large in comparison to the wavelength of light under the study. For analysis, then to reduce the calculation across only one interface, which is called as core cladding interface. Now let us see the overview of modes. Order of modes is equal to field crossing 0 across the guide. So for TE0 mode, it will be traveling. Here in core, the signal will be traveling. So for TE0 mode, it will be traveling one time into the core. For TE1 mode, it will be traveling 2 times, and for TE3, it will be traveling 3 times. It will be increasing like this. So field partially goes into the cladding. Here this field partially goes into the cladding. So field harmonically varying across guide, that is core. For lower mode fields are highly concentrated at the center and lightly in the cladding. For lower mode, it will be highly concentrating towards this core and lightly in the cladding region. For higher modes, fields are highly penetrate into the cladding region, and lightly in the core. So cladding modes will be suppressed by a lossy coating which covers the fiber. So now we can see the another category, that is leaky modes. So let us partially, the field will confined into the fiber. Here power will be radiated out of the fiber due to tunnel effect, and this mode will disappear after few centimeter distance. Now we can see the condition of propagation. So in order to the mode remain in guide, the propagation factor beta must satisfy the condition, that is N2K should be less than beta and it will be less than N1K. So we know the refractive index, right? So we know N1 is the refractive index of the core and N2 is the refractive index of the cladding, and the value of K is propagation constant, and the value of K will be equal to 2 pi by lambda. So next we can see the normalized frequency. Normalized frequency is otherwise known as V number. It will justify which mode is utilized for optical fiber. It is a dimensionless parameter. It gives a relation between 3 design variables of the fiber. One is core radius, another one is relative refractive index difference, that is delta, and another one is operating wavelength lambda. So here, the refractive, normalized frequency V is equal to 2 pi A into N1 square minus N2 square, the whole power 1 by 2 divided by lambda. So where this A represents this core radius, here we have the lambda value. This lambda represents the free space wavelength. Since we know the value of N1 square minus, using Snell's law, we know the value of N1 square minus N2 square is nothing but that is numerical aperture, right? Na. So the value of root of n0 square minus n2 square is equal to Na. So substituting this value in this expression, we will get the normalized frequency value V is equal to 2 pi A. For this n1 square minus n2 square, the whole power 1 by 2, we have to substitute the value of Na. So we will get the normalized frequency V is equal to 2 pi A divided by lambda into Na. So the total number of modes in a multimode fiber is given by M is equal to 1 by 2 into 2 pi A divided by lambda the whole square into N1 square minus N2 square. So we know the value of N1 square minus N2 square, that is nothing but Na, and we know the value of diameter. Diameter is equal to 2A, right? So for this 2A, I have substituted the value of D here. So the total number of modes in a multimode fiber is given by M is equal to 1 by 2 into pi D divided by lambda into Na, the whole square. Now, D here the value of D is the core diameter. So by simplifying this expression, we will get the value, because here we have pi D, right? For this 2A, we have substituted the value as D. Again, here we have pi divided by lambda, right? Na. So for this value, we can substitute the value as V. Here we have square, this 2. So the value of M is equal, total number of modes is equal to V square divided by 2. So once again, so the value of M is equal to 1 by 2 into pi D divided by lambda into Na the whole square. We know the value of D is equal to 2A, right? So I have substituted, here we have 2A, again pi divided by lambda, here we have Na. So for this whole value, I am substituting the value as V. Right, from normalized frequency, I'm substituting the values V. So here we have square, this V square is substituted here, and here we have the values 2, it is substituted here, right? So this is the value to find out the total number of modes in a multimode fiber. The next one is mode coupling. So far we consider the propagation aspects of perfect dielectric waveguide. So however, this waveguide perturbation such as deviation of fiber axis from straightness, again variation in the core diameter, then irregularities in the core cladding interface, and relative refractive index variation may change the propagation characteristics of the fiber. So these will have the effect of coupling, energy traveling into one mode to another mode depending upon that, or depending on the specific parameters. Thus, individual modes do not normally propagate throughout the length of the fiber without large energy transfer to adjust mode, even when the fiber is exponentially good quality and it is not strained or bent by its surrounding. So this mode conversion is known as mode coupling or mixing. Actually, this is usually analyzed using this Maxwell equation directly. So irregularity means in the core we have, here we have shown the irregularity, like this type of irregularities, and bending of fiber like this. So these are the parameter we will find out in the mode coupling, right? So the next one is single mode fiber. Already we have learned the single mode fiber, right? Steps, types of single mode fiber and all, that is step index fiber, graded index fiber, right? So now especially we are going to learn what parameters we have in the single mode fibers. So in single mode fibers, the propagation in single mode fiber is advantageous because signal dispersion is due to delay difference among various modes is, that is in case of multi-mode, is avoided. So multi-mode step index fiber cannot be used for single mode propagation due to difficulties in maintaining single mode operation. Therefore, for the transmission of single mode fiber is designed to allow propagation only one mode while all other modes are attenuated by leakage or absorption. So for single mode operation, only fundamental mode in the sense we are considering 0, 1 mode may exist. Here the single mode propagation of mode is step index fiber is possible over the range of 0 less than or equal to V less than 2.405. Here the normalized frequency of the fiber, this is V is the normalized frequency of the fiber, can be adjusted within the range of reducing core radius and refractive index differences less than 1%. So in order to obtain single mode operation with the maximum V number, that is 2.4, the single mode fiber must have smaller core diameter than the equivalent multimode step index fiber. But smaller core diameter has problem of launching light into the fiber, joint fibers, and reduced relative refractive index difference. Now let us see the cutoff wavelength. This is the parameter of single mode fibers. One important transmission parameter for single mode fiber is cutoff wavelength of first higher order mode, as it distinguishes the single mode and multi-mode regions. The effective cutoff wavelength lambda c is defined as the largest wavelength of which higher order, that is we will consider 1 mode, power related to the fundamental mode of 0, 1 mode, power is reduced to 0.1 dB. Here the value is lambda, that is here the value is lambda c is equal to 2 pi a n1 divided by Vc 2 into 2 delta the whole power 1 by 2. So from where we got this value means we have find out the value of normalized frequency, right? Vc, the value of Vc is V is equal to 2 pi lambda into a n1 2 delta the whole power 1 by 2. Instead of V, we are substituting the value is equal to Vc. Now dividing the we are having the cutoff value. So with this cutoff value, we are dividing with a normalized frequency and a normalized wavelength. We will get the value as lambda c divided by lambda into V divided by Vc, right? So by dividing this value, we will get the value like this. By cross multiplying this, we will get the value of lambda c is equal to V lambda divided by Vc. So we know the value of normalized frequency, the cutoff wavelength, that is 2.405. By substituting the value of Vc is equal to 2.405, we will get the cutoff wavelength lambda c is equal to V lambda divided by 2.405. So next we can see what do you mean by mode field diameter and spot size. So this mode field diameter can be shortly represented as MFD. This MFD is a fundamental parameter of single mode fiber. This parameter is determined from mode field distribution of fundamental mode, that is 0, 1 mode, in step index and graded index mode fiber. The field amplitude distribution is approximated by this Gaussian distribution. We all know this is the Gaussian distribution, right? So we can approximate this MFD of a single mode or graded fiber by using this Gaussian distribution. So in single mode fiber, for fundamental mode on the field amplitude distribution, the mode field diagram is shown here, right? So this mode field diameter is nothing but distance between, that's amplitude of the distance between these two values. That is MFD, it is denoted as MFD is equal to 2 into omega naught. Here the spot size omega naught is given as, here the spot size is denoted as omega naught. So we know the value of MFD is equal to 2 into omega naught. So by cross multiplying this value, we will get the value of omega naught is equal to MFD divided by 2, right? So this is the formula to find out the spot size of the fiber. So next we can see about the problems in this optical fiber or a single mode fiber. So the first problem is calculate the number of modes of optical fiber having diameter of 50 micrometer and N1. N1 is nothing but refractive index of the core is equal to 1.48 and refractive index of the cladding is equal to 1.46 and the wavelength is equal to 0.82 micrometer. So by using these parameters, we have to find out the number of modes of an optical fiber. So already we know the formula to find out number of modes of an optical fiber, right? So the formula is m is equal to 1 by 2 into pi d divided by lambda into Na square. So here this d represents the diameter of the core and this Na represents the numerical aperture. So in the question, first we have to find out what are the given data. So the given data is here we have given the value of diameter d is equal to 50 micrometer and N1 is equal to 1.48 and N2 is equal to 1.46 and the value of lambda is equal to 0.82. So to find out the number of modes, first we have to find out the value of numerical aperture, right? So we know the formula to find out the numerical aperture. What is the formula to find out the numerical aperture? That is N1 square minus N2 square the whole power 1 by 2. That is the root of N1 square minus N2 square. Now by substituting the value of N1 and N2, we will get the numerical aperture value is equal to 0.243. Now, substituting this numerical aperture value in this formula, that is a mode formula, we will, by calculating 1 by 2 into pi, again the value of d is equal to 50 into micrometer. So for the micrometer, we have to substitute into 10 to the power minus 6 divided by, here we have the lambda is equal to 0.82 into 10 to the power minus 6 and the value of Na is equal to 0.243. So by substituting this value, we get the value of m is equal to like this, right? So the value of m will be, we will getting the value like this. Yes. So now we can move to the second problem. A fiber has normalized frequency V is equal to 26.6 and the operating wavelength is 1300 nanometer. If the radius of the fiber core is 25 micrometer, so we have to compute the value of numerical aperture, right? So what are the given data in this question? We have given the value of V, again lambda, again here we have the value of A because it is represented as radius, right? So we have represented the value. So now we have to find out the value of Na. So we know the formula to find out the normalized frequency, that is V is equal to 2 pi A divided by lambda into Na. So already in the question itself, they have given the value of V, lambda and A. So by cross multiplying this formula, we will get the value of Na is equal to V into lambda divided by 2 pi A. So by substituting the value of V is equal to 26.6 and the value of lambda is equal to 13,300 into 10 to the power minus 10 because here we have nano, right? So for the nano, the unit is 10 to the power minus 9. So by substituting this value in this formula, we will get the value of numerical aperture is equal to 0.220. Right? So hope you may understand this. Now moving to the problem 3. The problem 3 is a multi-mode step index fiber with a core diameter of 80 micrometer and a relative index difference of 15% is operating at a wavelength of 0.85 micrometer. If the core refractive index is 1.48, estimate the normalized frequency for the fiber and number of guided modes. So let us see what are the given data in this problem. So here we have given us the core diameter. So what is, how we can denote this core diameter means by using the parameter D. So the value of D is equal to 80 micrometer and the relative index difference, that is delta, right? The value of delta is equal to 15%. We are converting this in numerical value. We will get 15 divided by 100 is equal to 0.015. And here we have operating wavelength. So operating wavelength can be denoted by a parameter lambda. So the value of lambda is equal to 0.85 into 10 to the power minus 6. And here the core refractive index, that is the value of N1 is equal to 1.48. Now we have to estimate the normalized frequency of the fiber and number of guided modes. So to find out the normalized frequency, we know the formula V is equal to 2 pi A divided by lambda into Na, right? So to find out the normalized frequency, first we have to know the value of Na. So already we know the relation between numerical aperture and core refractive index and the relative refractive index. That is, the formula is Na is equal to N1 into 2 delta the whole power 1 by 2. So we know the value of n1, right? So what is the value of n1? The value of n1 is equal to 1.48 and the value of delta is equal to 15%. We are converting this 15% into a numerical value. The value of delta is equal to 0.015, the whole power 1 by 2. So by simplifying this value, we will get the numerical aperture as 0.2563, right? So now we have to substitute this value in the normalized frequency formula, that is V is equal to 2 pi A divided by lambda into NA. So here the value of A is equal to, here it is given as core diameter is equal to 80 micrometer. So from this we will get the value of A is equal to, that is D is equal to, we know diameter is equal to radius divided by 2. So we will be getting the core radius A is equal to 40 micrometer. Now for this A value, we have to substitute 40 into 10 to the power minus 6 divided by, for this lambda value, we have to substitute 0.85 into 10 to the power minus 6. And for this numerical aperture, we have to substitute the value 0.2563. Now, by substituting this value and simplifying, we will get the value of normalized frequency is 75.78. So by using this normalized frequency, we can easily find out the number of modes in an optical fiber, right? So what is the formula? We know the formula to find out the total number of modes. M is equal to V square divided by 2. So we know the value of V is equal to 75.78. Now, by substituting the value of V to this formula, we will get the value of M is equal to 2871, right? So this is the value to find out. This is the value for the modes in an optical fiber. So hope you may understand this problem. So if you have any doubts, you can ask. Thank you, students.